For the beginner level, the A level, which sentence is correct? Sarah have a very big house. Sarah has a very big house. Sarah has very big house. When we use the verb have in the present simple tense, we should use has for he, she, it, and have with they, you, and we. The correct answer is B. Sarah has a very big house. But why do we say a big house? For singular nouns, we use an article a, an, or the. In this case, we have a noun house, so we must say a house, not just house. That's why B is correct. Question 2. Which sentence is correct? I doesn't like cheese. I not like cheese. I don't like cheese. The correct answer is I don't like cheese. But why? Again, this is the present simple tense, but it's a negative form. To make a simple present sentence negative, we use don't for I, you, we, and they, and doesn't for he, she, it. So I don't, you don't, he doesn't, she doesn't, it doesn't, you don't, they don't, and we don't. Question 3. Which sentence is correct? She goes to the office in taxi. She goes to the office by taxi. She goes to the office by a taxi. She goes to the office by taxi. When we're talking about the means of transport, a taxi, a bus, a car, a train, we use by bus, by train, by taxi. Another important thing is we never use the article the before means of transport. So please remember, we never say I go by the taxi unless we know which taxi or which car we're talking about. The next question. Which one is correct? She lives in France. She lives in France. Or she is living in France. She lives in France. But why? Because this is the present simple tense. In present simple, we have a subject plus a verb when the subject is in the third person singular, which is he, she, or it. The verb takes an S. So I live, you live, he lives, she lives, it lives. Let's move on to the next question. Which one is correct? He not can swim. He doesn't can swim. He can swim. The correct answer is he can't swim. But why? The verb can is a modal verb. We don't need to use an auxiliary verb here, and we never use not before the verb. The next question. Which sentence is correct? Are you going to London next week? Do you go into London next week? Are you going in London next week? Are you going to London next week? In this case, we're talking about next week, and we're asking about future plans. When we're talking about future plans in English, we use be going to, and be stands for am, is, are. Are you going to London next week? The next question. Which one is correct? Do you work yesterday? Are you worked yesterday? Did you work yesterday? The right answer is C. Did you work yesterday? Why? There is a marker word, yesterday, which is used in the past simple. So, in the past simple questions, we use did plus verb. The next question. Which sentence is correct? How she makes an apple cake. Does she make an apple cake? How? How does she make an apple cake? The answer is how does she make an apple cake? The question form in English is always like this. We have a question word, an auxiliary verb, a subject, and a main verb. How does she make an apple cake? In this case, the question word is how, the auxiliary verb is does, the subject is she, and the verb is make. So, how does she make is the correct word order. Let's move on to the next one. Which sentence is correct? I enjoy to watch Netflix. I enjoy watching Netflix. I enjoy watch Netflix. The correct answer is I enjoy watching Netflix. After verbs enjoy, mind, and suggest, we always use verb plus ing form. Now the last question of the beginner level. Which sentence is correct? There is a water in the glass. There is many water in the glass. There is some water in the glass. There is some water in the glass. It's correct because water is an uncountable noun. We don't need to use an article. We can say a water. When we are talking about the uncountable nouns like milk, oil, water, coffee, we say some or any in questions and negative sentences.